Juan Soto update. So he's scheduled to meet with the Yankees and scheduled to meet with the Mets. Do you think this is early? They were talking about it on Baseball Tonight or MLB Network or something about this being too early to meet with teams. I mean, we're the first week in November, but he has to set the market for everybody else to get the ball rolling.
He does a couple of things. I think what we've learned the last few years, like when Harper was a free agent, Ohtani was a free agent, is that teams, I mean, granted, their market for Ohtani, literally people think it's like 3 teams. It's New York, and LA. And depending on who you ask, depends on if they think LA's in or not. But teams are trying to gauge quickly, do they have a shot to get him? If they do, they'll keep going. If they don't, they got to move on. Because what we learned those years with Harper and Ohtani is if you sit around and wait, some of the other guys will come off the board and scrambling. And then you run the risk of getting the offseason with nobody. So I think teams are getting smart to press these players a little early to say, hey, like, what are your real intentions? Are we going to be in the ballpark? Because if not, we want to move on now rather than drag this thing out and miss out on other opportunities. But to your point, other players don't want to sign until these guys set the market. So you end up in this really weird standoff where nobody's doing anything, but everybody's busy.
Yeah, I think the comparison that they put up was Soto and Anthony Santander. They compared their stats and what one's going to get paid versus the other one. But, obviously Juan Soto is the benchmark, right? Or the bar setter. I shouldn't say the benchmark. He's the bar setter. So Santander's sitting there waiting to see how much can I push my free agency.
Yeah.
If Juan Soto is going to bring in $750 to $800 million because that's what Boris wants. Boris wants him to have the biggest contract ever. Naturally, because that's what Boris does.
I think Soto would be okay with that.
Right. Santander then has to wait to see what that number is before he can start pushing, his campaign. So I don't think it is too early because, like I said, it needs to get the ball rolling for these other guys, or it's going to be like the Ohtani offseason where we're sitting at the end of January being like, where's the market? Where are these guys going? Like spring training's in 5 days, and we had like 8 to 10 guys like not signed at that point, and I was like, you have got to be kidding me. So I am glad that it's starting early to hopefully he gets signed around Thanksgiving or the winter meetings in December.
Yeah, and you actually started to make my next point, which is we saw last year with Ohtani, the market was kind of not active. Then all of a sudden Ohtani's like, yeah, I'm going to sign. Then he did sign. And then nothing happened after that. Because what I think a lot of players do, they see Ohtani sign going, well, if he's getting $70 million a year, that means I'm worth 30. And teams go, oh, no, you're not him. You don't compare to him. Don't call us with that nonsense.
Right.
And I think that's where Boris got caught last year. He was shopping players after the Ohtani signing going, well, if Ohtani's worth $70 million and Blake Snell's worth 35 because half of that's for a pitcher, they're going, oh, no, he's not. No, he's not worth 35 or whatever the number he was picking was. Yeah. And I think a guy like Santander, all due respect to him, great ball player, but Soto's not going to change his market much. If I'm Santander, I go out and get the best deal I can get. If Soto signs for $1 billion, my market might change by $1 million a year. Like, I'm not that guy. Like, these are generational guys, and it's hard because the market wants to benchmark off of them, but nobody's comparing to them.